This might be the worst Marvel Legend I own. Today we're going to be unboxing the new Marvel Legends Battle Damage Spider-Man. When I saw this figure was coming out, I got super excited because I've been wanting a Battle Damage Spider-Man for a long time. But I have to admit, this is probably one of the worst Marvel Legends I've ever owned. Let's get him out the box and I'm going to show you why throughout the video. First thing out the box, I thought he looked pretty good. Of course the details could be better, but it's Marvel Legends so it's expected. Let's take a look at the head sculpts. First we have the damage mask and I gotta say I thought it looked amazing. Then we have the unmasked head, which honestly doesn't look bad compared to their other ones. And here it is on the figure. I will say it makes the neck look a little long, but it's not bad. Now for the hands, we have 2 fist hands, 2 web shooting hands, and 2 wall crawling hands. For the first accessory, we have a web shield, and I gotta be honest, this is garbage. You will never catch me using this. Next, we have what's supposed to be a web line, and I honestly never use these because they're way too flimsy. Now for the card, since this is a Magic Gathering set. I personally do not play Magic Gathering, but I honestly do think the card looks pretty cool. I might just put it in my wallet because I do like Spider-Man. Now that we're done with the tray, let's go ahead and move on to the details. Like I said earlier, certain details on this figure honestly look pretty good. Now I do think there's areas that could have been way better, like this spot right here and this spot on this leg. It just looks kind of sloppy. I feel like they literally just painted skin tone over the blue. I just would have liked a little more detail on the skin to make him look a little more bruised up and not make it just look like cheap plastic. But honestly, I do really like the head sculpt though. I think it looks amazing, and certain scarring on the figure actually looks really good. All around, I don't think it's bad for a Marvel Legend. Now this right here is going to explain exactly why this is the worst Marvel Legend I own. The articulation on this figure is really bad. The head almost has no down movement at all. Honestly, almost no head movement in general. I'd say the best part about this figure is the arms. You get pretty good arm movement all around and the joints weren't really gummy. And the hands were pretty good as well. Good movement all around and rotation. But now we get to the stuff that just didn't make sense to me. The ab crunch was honestly really good, but we have no waist rotation, which is just strange. And the biggest part of this issue, when I try to hit the splits, I noticed how gummy the joints on the legs were. Before I got this figure, I actually heard a lot of people had QC issues with the legs. And I'm right side along with them because every joint on the legs is super gummy. Every time I try to move the legs, even just a little bit, I felt like it was going to snap in half, which is just a huge issue when it comes to Spider-Man because you need good leg movement. But to wrap things up, honestly, I'm not lying when I say this is the worst Marvel Legend I have. Now, do I think it's a horrible figure? No. But do I suggest you get it? I'll leave that up to you. Now, I won't lie, it still looks really good on my display with all my other Spider-Mans, but I also like to pose my figures, and I do not think I can pose this one without me worrying about snapping the joints. I had to be extra careful when posing this figure because every little slight leg movement, I felt like it was just going to snap. But it is still a great looking figure. Let me know if you're still going to be picking this up, even with the QC issues and the articulation issues. But like always, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to stay nerdy. Omnio!